Now that is a sample of work from the Shinobi School of Computer Graphics and 3D Animation. This is a private post-secondary school based in Richmond. This city is really a hotbed for animation for video games and the TV and film industry, with 60 studios turning out world-class work. Well, Magic Eslami is the director of Shinobi. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
So paint the picture for us. When we're talking about the world of animation, and there was a pun intended in that, how big a deal is Vancouver for special effects and that type of thing?
Vancouver has become one of the biggest hub of computer animation and multimedia production around the world, and we are probably, if not one, we're number 2 in North America. We have a lot of studios in Vancouver. We have more than 60 top studios in Vancouver that they produce high quality movies, games, commercials, and everything related to this industry. It is great to be in Vancouver at this time. It is a growing market. We do have more than 10,000 jobs in Vancouver that is related to what we do. And it's great. Like, really, it's one of the things that I think most of the schools, students, and individuals who are looking for the future jobs have to look into.
Okay, well, give me some examples, some names or some movies or projects that I might recognize.
Absolutely. We do have a few big game companies in Vancouver and in Canada. Number 1 is EA, is one of the biggest, largest game company in the world. And we have Ubisoft. We are playing a very, very big role in all of this industry. So it's funny because I was at one of the high schools for a presentation. When I asked the students about the EA, most of them had no idea that it's actually in our backyard. It grew, and it is one of the biggest in the world. So we need to inform, educate the students to get them involved. This is a great part of the country. We do have the software, we do have the technology, we do have the infrastructure, and we have all the big names in town, from Sony all the way to Animal Logic, and name it, any company that, NPC. There are names in town that, you know, they're big productions behind it.
Okay, but you've been naming some video games off for us here. What about movies special effects that are Vancouver based?
One thing that I can go back to bring it up, how we got to this point, is starting to get involved in big movies such as like 300, such as District 9. This movie was done, most of it in Canada, and people don't know. And when the quality of the movie came out, people realized that, oh wow, Vancouver is high class. It's actually, you know, one of the toppest in the world. So everybody started coming in. We do have a very competitive sort of salary and production price, so it actually makes sense for them to come up here. We have the same timing as California, so we have that privilege as well. It's been really great. It's growing.
Well, it's growing. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers. When we look back to the difference between 2012 and now, it has increased threefold since then. So how did that happen?
Well, again, looking back to the movies like District 9, when it came out, nobody was expecting such a low budget movie to expand so far and go that far. And then all the big companies started coming in here. Like, we had Animal Logic, which produced a lot of good movies down in Australia, and then they come up here in Vancouver. They say, we want to be a part of this hub. We want to be a part of this business here. So we are really looking good right now, and we have, as I said before, we have the technologies, we have schools, we have competitive, skilled individuals that they come from across the world to work here. So we really have everything that we need.
So tell me more about Shinobi. How does your school differ from Emily Carr Art School, for example, or BCIT programs?
Well, we do have, it's a school, but I would like to call it a studio because we do not accept more than 10 students. This makes
specialized.
We enable us to have one-on-one interaction with the students. So individuals are not going to fall into a big classroom of a big lecture. So it is one-on-one, and they learn the skills that they need to get into the industry. That's number one thing that we would offer, and I think we should be really proud of it. And the other factor is that we participated in producing a short movie the very first couple of years that we started to show that we are not only teaching, we are able to take the students from A to Z of the whole production line, and that would be a very good experience for any student.
Magic, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me. Great to meet you.